Cris, mi hermano, me preguntas por la clase de español, ¿verdad? Esa ya la tuvimos. Hace 15 minutos, 20 minutos acabé la clase de español. Español usualmente es primero, inglés después. Por eso es importante que como cuando le des clic en roll, cambies el idioma a español para que la puedas ver en español. ¿Listo? Pero quédate, bienvenido a la clase. All right, guys, welcome everybody. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I was just explaining to Chris that the Spanish class was literally 20 minutes ago. So make sure you guys always check the language inside Attack Academy. And let me show you how that looks like. Please, déjame te muestro bien rapidito. Let me show you guys how that looks like. But uh, nonetheless, I sent a trade. I don't know if you guys were able to catch it, but we are in a trade right now, currently in small profits, nothing too big, nothing too huge, but we are in profits right now. I'm waiting for a big breakout here, which I'm gonna explain in a minute after I finish showing Chris something over here. So, do 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 Academy. Okay. So make sure you guys, when you click live session, Chris, asegúrate que esto esté en español. Make sure that you guys select the language, okay? I only do English and Spanish, and we also have Leo for, German. So English, you're gonna have a different time than Spanish. Okay. Okay. Listo. Salimos. All right, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Who here has made profit this week so far? Who took the trades from yesterday? Who took the trades from today? We have had wins after wins after wins. I know I haven't sent a lot of trades, but the ones that I sent have been on the spot. If you were trading with me yesterday after the market opened, heck yeah, we made profit. Okay. Even if you traded today, you still made profit. All right. So is it here that you send the trade signals? I send them on Telegram, okay? I am unable to send the Telegram link here because you have to ask the person that invited you to tag. Okay, I have a Telegram chat where I send all the trades, okay? And that's kind of what you have to look for. I won't be able to show you right now for privacy purposes, but again, if you want to join the Telegram signal group, you have to ask the person that invited you to tag markets, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and get ready for the week, guys. Let's go ahead and get ready for the week over here. We're gonna do an analysis. I'm gonna show you guys what I think, projections, what we can see gold. Let's go ahead and check the news as well. And let me tell you guys, while I finish looking this up, let me tell you that I'm proud of you guys for following the guidelines and the indications of trading at 0.01. And let me ask you this question. Are you guys making money with 0.01 lots? Like if you're following my guidelines, if you're following what I told you on how to take my trades, which is 0.01, you take multiple entries at different levels within the zone. Are you guys making money with that? Yes, exactly. So a lot of you are saying yes, and I'm so proud that you guys are actually following my advice because it's so hard. It's so hard to follow what somebody says because there's a lot of ego in this industry, and sometimes people are like, "Oh, but I know what I'm doing," but you don't. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be taking the trades, right? Or ah, but I want to make more. But if you can't even make $1 or 5 or 10, you're not ready to make 100 or 1,000, right? So trading at 0.01, it's not bad. It's actually less risky and it still gives you profit. So if you're able to make 20 to $50 every time we trade in a day, I send a lot of trades. That's a lot of money. Okay. And let me see if I can show you guys something before we can continue. Again, with privacy and everything, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but I wanted to show you. If you guys go to my Instagram, you can see my stories as well. But I have a guy that has made I don't know if I can show you this. Here, give me 1 second. Okay. No, I don't think I can show you this guy. I don't think I can, but let's do it quick. Okay, let's do it quick over here. We'll do a switch. Okay, everybody can see this? Yes? All right. So I have a guy that every week he's withdrawing about $1,000 or so. And this guy has a small account. He starts every week with $500. Every week he starts a pro account in tech markets with $500. Since yesterday until today, 24 hours, he has made 400, oh, sorry, $544. Already made 100% of the account. And only risking 0.01. Is it possible to make money? Yes. It is possible to make money with the 0.01 lots. Does it take time? Depending if you take all the trades or not, but it shouldn't. All right. So let's go ahead and continue. Tomorrow we don't have anything news. Wednesday we have core PPI, but we do have the federal funds rate, which will move the market. Okay. But I don't think this rate is going to change. I don't think the rate is going to change, so it's going to stay the same. So we shouldn't be too worried. We could see a little pump in gold because if it doesn't change, we usually a small pump. Um, we have what else do we have for US dollar? Hmm, I guess Wednesday the only thing is PPI and the rates. On Thursday we have unemployment claims, which I'm not a big fan of them. They do move the market sometimes, but it has to be too extreme, for us to actually see anything. Um, what else do we have? Nothing here and nothing there. Okay, so this week is kind of chill. If I'm honest with you guys, this week is kind of chill. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of movement. Of course, we gotta watch out for Wednesday because this is always unpredictable. So if you're trading with 0.01, again, there's really not much that we can fear if you're doing the right thing. Okay? Because if you're doing the right thing, we're not gonna get burned. All right? We're not gonna get burned. So let's go back to the graphs. Also, guys, if this is your first class, I'm sorry if you think this is boring. It's Monday, and I'm usually just analyze the market on Mondays. I like to focus. I like to share with you guys what I do to look for potential moves. And that's kind of what we're doing, okay? Last week we had a session, a class where I taught you guys about how to follow a mentor, right? Which was an amazing class. So if you think this is boring, I think you're here only for the money. Okay, remember that you should not be here only for the money. Because if you're here for only the money, let me tell you, you're gonna make no money because you're following the wrong thing. Okay. So on the 15-minute candle, guys, I like this pattern over here. This pattern is a bullish pattern and kind of one to keep buying. I mean, we have that buy, right? Hope everybody took the buy I sent in the chat. But this level right here, I know it's super close, but once we get through, look at this. Once we get through this level at 5,000 0.03, then we can definitely see a 300 pip move to here. And my final target is here. Okay. I think gold can push a little more, but this is the final target as of right now. And I told you guys this yesterday. If you were trading with me yesterday, you guys know that I said multiple times, we are going to buy until 50.70 because we might be able to sell over here and get some profit until the next support zone. Okay. That's kind of what I'm looking. That's kind of what I'm hoping. But let's see why. So number one, we have a great support here, 2, 3, and 4 times it has bounced from the same area at 49.74.73. Not only that, but after going here, it broke through this resistance and it's retesting right now that resistance. And what happens when it breaks and it retests? Okay, so let's say we have a resistance here. Let's say we have a support here. What happens when the trade breaks the resistance and comes back? What is this called now? Who can tell me in the chat? This is no longer called a resistance, right? This is no longer called a resistance. It's called a retest, a support, right? So this is now a support, and that's what we're seeing when we see continuation of markets, okay? So this is no longer a resistance, it's a support because it broke through and it retests. And that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. And what I want this part right here to happen is that break of resistance. So again, we have a resistance here, resisting here. We already broke through that resistance. We retested. And this retest, sometimes it's not immediate, guys. You can go down and find a different support to create a new momentum. But if we notice here, it broke here and it retests perfectly on the same resistance level. What's the next goal? What's the next thing that needs to happen? It needs to break this resistance and it needs to come back to 0.3. Okay? That's the next thing that it needs to happen. After that, we don't really have anything else stopping us until we either get here or here. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Look at that. Who took the buy, guys? Let me go ahead and update the chat. We are 80 pips profit. It's not a boom yet. It's a mini boom, but it kind of is a boom. Wow, now it's a boom. Look at that. Jeez. 130 pips in profit. 130 pips in profit, and we saw it live. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta update the chat again. Okay, I like that you guys know my words now. Boom. That's our indicator that at least we saw a 100 pip move. All right. Mini boom is like 50, 80 pips. Nothing really too cool, but yeah. So what's going on right now? Who can tell me what's going on right now? It broke through and we need to see a pullback. Okay. And here's the thing, the pullback, let me delete this so that we can see it better. Do you guys notice this resistance over here? Look, you see we have this resistance right here, and then we have this and this, which is the main one. The pullback can be to this resistance, because now it will be a what? A support, or the other resistance over here. Okay, so either or. it needs to come over here or over here, retest, and create that continuation. Okay. And like I said, there's nothing here kind of stopping it until we see 50, 25 or 50, 37 levels. Okay. So somebody asked me, how do you know the bias patterns? Okay, that's all I teach. I teach patterns, to see what the market is repeatedly doing. And what did I say at the beginning of the session? Let me delete all this so that you guys kind of can see it better. I show you guys something, right? I say, oof, I'm liking this 15-minute candle and I'm liking this pattern, right? This is an N. Usually the N's are bullish patterns in most of the times. Okay. That's how we identify bias. That's how we identify moves. You start learning the patterns. You start learning how the market moves and reacts, and you're going to take advantage of that no matter what. Okay. It's the easy way. When people try to put indicators, when people try to bring up the magical indicator alert, that's when you fail because you're putting a lot of stuff in your head and you gotta keep it simple. With trading, you gotta keep it simple. You want to have your head clear. So how long did it take us to identify this trade? Who can tell me in the chat? How long did it take us analyzing this and marking the zones? Not too long, right? Took us maybe 5 minutes between me saying, hey guys, this is a bullish pattern. Hey guys, enter the trade. It really took us a few minutes. And that's how it should be for you guys as well when you're trading. You should not take too long to try to identify an entry because the more you take, the more confusion you're going to create to your head. Okay? And look what's happening right now. Who can tell me what happened here? The break and the retest, right? We're seeing the break and retest perfectly, right? We saw it over here. Look, we saw it over here in 97, which is around the entry. And then we saw it over here. Okay. And that's all, guys. So my projection, again, I'm not sure if this trade will magically take us here. Because again, at the end of the day, it can do whatever it wants to do. So just make sure you actually, protect and trade smart. But I do see 50, 37 hitting after we clearly break this level over here, which I think we are. Okay, so what's the best thing to do? If you took multiple entries, you close some in profit and you protect the other ones. And you let it ride. Okay. Or if you know your risk, if you know what you're willing to lose, you can just hold the trade until you want to exit. Okay, whether that is here or here or here. But as far as of what's going on right now, I think this is it. Because I don't want to tell you guys, oh yeah, gold, it's gonna go from here to here. I don't want to tell you that because we're never sure. Like it's never 100%. Okay, and I don't want to fill you guys' head with fake projections. But the reality is that before it gets all the way up there, it needs to get here and here. And that's what we're going to focus. Okay. Look at that. Oh, look at that beautiful break of structure. Who's in the trade? Come on. Come on, goal. Look at that, guys. We are, we still are like 140 pips profit. It's not a lot. Another mini boom. Another mini boom. Hopefully it will give us a big boom. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. I don't really need to spend a lot of time here in the session. Once we explain the analysis, once you guys know what's going on, it's really that simple. We come, we eat, and we leave. All right. How can we get the candle pattern PDF from you? All right, don't leave the class yet. Give me 1 second. Can I send that here? Okay, I'm gonna send it here in the chat on Zoom. For those of you that don't know, I have a PDF about the patterns of the candles. Remember the N pattern? Well, that's a candle pattern. And that's a class that I already taught. So if you want to learn, you can go to that class. But if you want the PDF, here it is. I send it for you guys. Okay. So there is the PDF. Download it. It's free. I'm not charging you guys any money. I should, but I'm not going to because remember what tag markets it's offering. And I hope you guys are using this on your advantage. There is no free academies out there that are doing what we're doing here. Great trades, great education, straight to the point. There's no need to sell you anything. So nobody's doing what we're doing the way that we're doing it. Have a wonderful day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep an eye on the session so that you can enroll and you can watch this after we're done with this video. Have a wonderful day, and I wish you guys all the profits after we close this trade in massive profit. Bye bye, guys.